In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would do if I lost all my bankroll, went down to $0 and wanted to build it back up again. So I've been betting for 15 years and there's been many times in my early sports betting career where I did just that. I lost all my bankroll, didn't have any money to bet on sports, but then I built it back up. 1 week ago, I won $130,000 betting on one UFC event, UFC 297. I posted a video the other day onto my YouTube channel explaining how I did that. So I've basically gone from losing my bankroll multiple times to now, 1 week ago, 1 week before I'm recording this video, earning over $100,000 from one UFC event. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to sports betting. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you how I would do it if I lost my bankroll today. So this is an easy video for me to make because I'm basically just gonna tell you exactly what I did when I did lose my bankroll. And I got my whiteboard here to show you and to help me on how to do that. So you've been betting for however long, right? And now you've lost your money. The first thing you want to do is find out, why did you lose? Why did you lose your bankroll? If you were betting smart, if you were placing good bets plus EV bets, which mean positive expected value bets, which basically mean, for those who don't know, bets that will win in the long term, if you was doing that, you wouldn't be in this position, right? So the main and most important thing to do, the number one thing to do, is not instantly try and earn money back from sports betting or get your money back. The first thing you need to do is find out why you lost. Why did you lose? And the way you find that out is by looking at a history of all your bets. Now, if you were anything like I was when I was younger, and when I lost all my bankroll, I didn't have a history of my bets because I didn't track my bets. So that's the first mistake. That's the first reason you lost, because you didn't track your bets. You don't have your bets on a spreadsheet that you are tracking every single day to tell you what type of bets you're making, and that will help you with data analysis. So if you didn't do that, that's the first reason why you lost, right? So moving forward, which I'm gonna tell you in the next steps how to do, moving forward, you need to be tracking your bets. Because if we ever lose our bankroll again, or if we've lost 50% of our bankroll in the future, we're gonna be able to go back and look at every single bet we've placed, look at the history of our bets, analyze that data, and find out why we're losing so we can change it. So there's gonna be two people watching this video, right? The first person watching this video is gonna be the person that didn't track their bets and so can't look at a history of their bets. The second person is someone who did track their bets. So if you did track your bets, make sure you go back, you look at your bets, you find out what you did wrong, because there will be a pattern in there. You find out what you did right, try to maximize what you did right and minimize what you did wrong. The other type of person is gonna be most people watching this video, right? Someone who didn't track their bets but still lost it all. Or maybe you just wanna know what I would do if I did lose it all, because obviously that means I'm building it back up again, which is gonna help you by proxy anyway. So for those people, this is exactly what I would do, and this is actually exactly what I did. When I was first sports betting, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing for at least 5 years, because I was gambling from young. And for at least 5 years, I had no clue. I was just placing bets on who I think or who I thought would win the fight, the horse race, the dog race, the football match, the tennis match, whatever it was. I would just place bets on who I thought would win that match. I did not place bets because I thought they were good bets. I just placed bets because I thought I would win money. But I had no idea how sports betting worked. I didn't even know sports betting was this big type of industry. I knew it was possible to make money from sports betting because I saw other people doing it, and I had made money from sports betting in the past, but I didn't really know there was this massive art to gambling. Basically, I had no respect for gambling. I thought I was the man. I thought I could just place bets willy-nilly and still win. But that is not how it is in the sports betting game. And I finally realized that. So this is exactly what I did to build my bankroll up after I lost many bankrolls. So after I lost 2 or 3 bankrolls, and we won't go into those stories, they are funny stories, but they're stories for another day. After I lost multiple bankrolls, I started to think to myself, okay, I'm obviously doing something wrong here, right? It took me multiple times, but I eventually thought I'm doing something wrong here. let me look into sports betting. Let me research on how to sports bet and try to become a good sports bettor. So I started Googling, I started reading articles, I started speaking to my granddad who was sports betting for 30, 40, 50 years at this point, and I started speaking to some of his friends who were very good gamblers and who were doing it full time. Basically, I dedicated myself to the art of sports betting and to understanding how sports betting works and what the pro gamblers were doing so I could copy them. So I'm going to give you 3 steps in this video to build your bankroll back up to 0. Very easy steps, right? The first step is to learn about sports betting. Watch channels like mine where I have hundreds of videos breaking down how to sports bet professionally, and these videos are on my YouTube channel, so they're completely for free. There's not only me out there, there's other people out there that give free information online to tell you how to place good bets. So first things first, you need to be watching these people. You need to be understanding and dedicating yourself to understanding the reality about sports betting and how to actually do it full-time / professionally. That's the first step. Once you do that, you're on your way. But now we need to address having $0 and actually building it back up. So what did I do? I started earning money outside of sports betting, and then I put it back in to my bankroll. So I've written right here, money from job, because that's how most people earn their money, right? From a job. Maybe you do some illegal activities on the side or whatnot. I don't know about your personal life, but most people get money from a job. So what you need to be doing is getting money from job and putting that money into your sports betting account. Now, I'm not saying put the entire amount of the money you earn from your job into your sports betting account. That amount of money is totally up to you. Everybody's different, and the money you can afford to put into your sports betting account is not the money someone else can afford, right? Depends on what job you have, depends on if you have any children, any dependents, depends on what your lifestyle's like, how risky you are, whatever it may be, right? But I'm here to tell you that if you want to earn real money from sports betting, you need to invest real money. Now, of course, you can grind away and put a little bit of money in and build that up over time. But the fact is, the more money you put in, the more money you're going to earn. Or the more money you're going to lose if you're a shit sports bettor. But we're going to address you being a shit sports bettor and change that a little bit later in the video. But basically, guys, you need to be putting as much money as humanly possible into your betting accounts, because we're trying to build the money back up as fast as possible. Now, not fast as in forcing bets, but fast as in if we put more money in, we're going to get more money back. And obviously, we all want to earn more money. We don't want to earn less money, right? So F a savings account. Don't put money into a savings account. Don't put money into all of these other investments. If you're serious about sports betting, you want to be putting all the money that you would put into a savings account or other investments, crypto, ISAs, whatever it may be, and instead, put it into your sports betting account. You can earn tons of money from sports betting if you know what you're doing. So why wouldn't you want to put more money in to earn more money? Now, this is the key I'm going to tell you that people don't really understand. Not only, so the second step is putting money in your in your sports betting account from your job, right? But not only do you need to put one sum of money in, so obviously, like, let's say you get paid $2,000 a month. You're going to put half of that, $1,000 or $700, whatever, into your sports betting account. Don't stop there. Keep adding. And this is something that people don't really understand. You need to keep adding money to your sports betting account as much as possible. Don't just put $500 in there and never add money into it again. Because if you're playing good bets, and if you're actually a good gambler, which you can learn to be, or you can just follow a good gambler. There are many tipsters out there who are good gamblers, and you can follow them and make money from their picks. Then you want to be investing more money in so you can earn more money back. The way you invest more money is to keep adding to your bankroll. Every time you get money in, you should be putting that money into your bankroll. Now, not the entire amount of your money. You pay your rent, you pay your bills, you pay your food, whatever you need to do. But like I said at the start, as much money as possible, you want to be putting into your betting account as many times as possible or as often as possible. If someone gives you $1,000 for your birthday or whatever it may be, or you sell something in your house, your TV, and you get $1,000 for it because you don't need the TV because you got gifted a new one for Christmas or whatever, then you should be putting that money into your bank account. There's many ways you can make money outside of your job. It's not only your job the way you can make money. So the secret key is just to keep adding money to your bankroll. Keep adding money to your bankroll. You want to get your bankroll as big as possible, as fast as possible. Now, we'll put the caveat here, right? Most people are smart enough to not have to know this caveat, but I just feel morally I want to put this caveat in. If you're a gambler, you shouldn't be gambling at all. You shouldn't be betting at all. Now, You can learn to be a good gambler. I was a terrible gambler for 5 years, right? And now I'm one of the best MMA gamblers in the world. So you definitely can grow to be a good gambler. But the disclaimer is none of what I'm saying here is applicable if you're a shit gambler. You definitely shouldn't be adding money to Bankroll because you're just going to lose more, right? But I wanted to put that caveat in just because there are some idiots out there and they might listen to this and lose all their money. But if you're smart and you dedicate yourself, like I said at the start, to earning money properly and to sports betting in general, then you can make a lot of money. You should be adding money to your bankroll consistently, every month, every week, whatever it may be. Try to get that bankroll as fat as possible from the outside of sports betting, while also getting the bankroll as fat as possible from betting on sports in general, right? And earning money from sports betting. After some time, this shit is gonna compound, and your bankroll is gonna be fat again. But at the start, we gotta get money from somewhere, from your job or wherever, and put money into our sports betting accounts from that and keep adding to it. So that's step 2. And step 3 is very easy. This isn't hard, guys. It's simple, but it does take time to learn. So step 3 is place profitable bets. I've written down here, I don't know if you can see it, I read it in small, plus EV bets. That means positive expected value bets. The only way you're gonna earn money from sports betting is by placing plus EV bets. And there's a whole strategy on how to place plus EV bets. And if you want to know that, you can watch my other video on my YouTube channel right now that I actually made the other day. And that video is titled How to Always Win Sports Betting. So go and watch that and I tell you exactly how to always win sports betting by placing plus EV bets. And in the same token, this is still under step 3, you want to place plus EV bets and you want to have the right mindset. It's the same thing, they're both intertwined. If you have the right mindset, most of the time you will place plus EV bets, but I wanted to separate them because there is a big difference between handicapping a sport, placing good bets, and then earning money from sports betting over the long term because you have the right mindset. I always say there's 2 aspects to sports betting. There's only 2 things you need to master and you will be a good sports bettor. The first thing is handicapping, which means breaking down a sporting event, analyzing it correctly, meaning you can place a good bet on that sporting event. And the other side is the mental aspect of the game, which is completely different. So you need to have the mental aspect of the game down and you need to have your mindset on point. Now there's so many things I can tell you and I can teach you on having the right mindset for sports betting. And I'm not gonna go in depth on all of them right now. But what I mean by having the right mindset has almost nothing to do with picking who's going to win in the sporting event or placing a bet on a sporting event. It's to do with things like understanding that variance is real, how to handle uptrends, upswings, how to handle downswings, having the right mindset when you're winning, having the right mindset when you're losing, accepting losses, understanding the individual timeline of a successful sports bettor, understanding that you ain't going to be successful in your first week, your first 2 weeks. It is going to take some time. Having respect for the money that you're placing on these sports bets. Having emotional control, which most people do not have when it comes to sports betting because money is a very emotional topic for most people. If you're super rich, then money is not an emotional topic. But for everyone else, money is an emotional topic. So it's very hard to control your emotions when it comes to sports betting, especially when you lose. But even when you win, people get way too high off their wins and people get way too low off their losses when really you need to be in the middle. So the mindset piece is massive when it comes to sports betting. And again, I have videos on my channel right now and I'll be producing a lot more in the future about the winning mindset to sports betting. Because before you place a bet, before you analyze a sport, you think about doing these things. And thinking comes from the mind, so you must have the right mindset. It cannot be overlooked in sports betting. But that's really it, guys. It's very simple. So let's recap on how I would build a bankroll up back from zero if I had to start there today. The first thing I would do is find out why I lost, right? So hopefully I would have tracked my bets prior to losing the bankroll so I could literally see how it happened, you know? How many bets I placed before it happened, what type of bets I placed, the mistakes I made and the good stuff I did. And then what I would do is maximize the good stuff when I started betting again and minimize the bad stuff. Now, if you didn't track your data, there's still gonna be things that you know inherently that you did wrong. You're not stupid. You know if you let your emotions get the best of you on a certain day or a certain week and you overbetted, you bet too much money and lost a lot of money. You know if you was betting on your favorite team for the last 6 months and they contributed to you losing a lot of money. You know if you was placing too many parlays with 5 or 6 legs. You're not an idiot. Even if you didn't track your data, there's still gonna be things that you know that you did wrong that you can change when you start up your new bankroll again. And if you really don't know what you did wrong, then that's what you did wrong, not knowing what you did wrong. So you want to dedicate yourself to the art of sports betting, watch channels like mine and others, and learn about placing good bets, learn about the mindset and the discipline needed to be successful in sports betting, and start doing that. Second thing you want to be doing, the practical stuff, get money from your job and put it into a sports betting account. We're building your bankroll back up from zero, but we need money, right? So get the money from your job, put it in your sports betting account, and keep adding money to it every week, every month, however often you get paid. And anytime you come across new money, put that money in your sports betting account as well. We're treating this as a long-term investment, so we don't mind putting more money into it, because we ain't gonna lose it again because you watched this video. And we're gonna place smart bets from now on, which is the first step. Or the third step, number 3. Place plus EV bets and have the right mindset. And again, this kind of comes back to number 1. Why did you lose? And also dedicating yourself to the art of sports betting. Once you do that, you're gonna place plus EV bets and you're gonna have the right mindset by default. So do these 3 things and you're gonna start building your bankroll back up from zero. The most important thing to do here, guys, is to not do the same thing as you did before when you lost your bankroll. There's a reason you lost your bankroll. If you was placing bets according to proper bankroll management, then the chances are you would not have lost your entire bankroll. Even if variance hit you, you probably wouldn't have lost your entire bankroll. It's not impossible. You could have been placing good bets and still lost every single bet and lost your bankroll. But 99.999% of people would not have their entire bankroll wiped out if they was using correct bankroll management. Although it can still happen, it's very unlikely. So I just want to stress, do not do the same thing that got you in this mess. But if you abide by these 3 steps, then you ain't going to be doing the same thing. So that's it, guys. That's exactly what I would do, and literally exactly what I did to grow my bankroll back up to $0 or from -$, because I've actually borrowed money in the past when I had no money to bet on sports. I borrowed money to bet on sports. And one specific time I'm thinking about, I lost that bet. It was on a horse and I had to pay my mate back, but I didn't have the money, obviously. That's why I borrowed it off him. So I was actually in minus. My bankroll was in minus. And eventually I built it back up to be in a position I am today, where I just won over $100,000. And that's not a crazy amount of money for me. I placed $10,000, $20,000 bets very regularly over the last few years. But like I said, I was in a position where I lost my bankroll many times, many years ago. And I literally did these 3 things here, and that's how I built my bankroll up. It took me some time, but I am in a position I am today because I've done these 3 things. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, there's a lot more content on my channel that's gonna teach you how to do these things more in depth. So if you like sports betting, if you wanna know how to earn more money from sports betting, watch the videos on my channel. But either way, good luck on your bets. Bang.